Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. Well, I am here to report on a 3-state travel circuit that I just did through Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee, and to give you my thoughts on the fuel shortage potentially. Now, knowing that Colonial Pipeline has already paid their ransom and the fuel should be flowing very soon. But still, I will let you know my thoughts. Locally at home, we keep a good bit of fuel. I won't say how much, but it's a good bit. It's hard to keep gasoline because even with fuel stabilization and everything, it just doesn't last like you are told or like you think. It will indeed last a year unstabilized, but you lose a lot of energy in the gasoline in the form of BTUs to fire, to make combustion. But in Alabama, central Alabama, we did notice that there were gas stations that were without fuel. The closer you are to cities, the more you would be impacted. In Georgia, the same thing. They have actually, I think they're on the list to declare a state of emergency, the state of Georgia. And that means that they are requesting National Guard troops to come in and help facilitate something. Fueling. On the outskirts of the towns in Georgia, I did not notice a problem. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, I noticed fuel shortages in gas stations closest to the city. There were several gas stations that were without fuel. Now, mind you, I'm in my little car and I can drive 460 miles on a tank of gas, and so I never let myself get below a quarter of a tank. So I was not concerned. And if I had been concerned, I would have just stopped and bought a 5-gallon tank and stored it in the back, and that would have gotten me back home. I traveled a little further up into central Tennessee, above Chattanooga, and I did not notice a large problem with finding fuel. I stopped at 2 or 3 gas stations and just kind of looked in and then topped off on the way back. So what I am saying is, if you are prudent and if you mind your gas gauge and try to stop and fill up, before you hit half of a tank, if you are traveling, you should be pretty good. Shouldn't be too bad. Now, the gas prices did increase. I paid $2.75 a gallon all through the southeast, upwards to $3 in some places. So there is an increase in the fuel, but honestly, you gotta have it. So this is what you do. Was this a planned thing? Was this conveniently planned out to happen right around this time? I don't know. We shall see. I am quite familiar with Colonial Pipeline, having worked with them, and I'm quite familiar with their pumping stations that run diagonally all the way through the state of Alabama, and actually run from Texas all the way up into Maine. I've worked on them. I'm familiar with them. Hopefully this will be resolved quickly, and we can get back to whatever it is that we call normal now. Mask wearing and all that stuff, social distancing. But I just wanted you guys to know that for Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee, along the outskirts, don't go into the cities. Get out of the cities. You shouldn't even be living in the cities. You shouldn't even go into the cities anymore. But take that for what it's worth, guys. Take care of you people.